Ladies and gentlemen, when I lost my ability to walk, the world told me to be silent, to disappear, to live a life less noticed. But I realized that leadership is not about the loudness of your voice or the height of your platform. It's about the courage to speak your truth, to inspire others from a place of vulnerability and strength. Talking like a leader means connecting your words with your heart. It means standing tall even when your body feels weak and letting your voice carry the wisdom only your journey can bring. Leadership is not reserved for the perfect, the polished, or the privileged. It is earned by those who dare to speak with purpose, clarity, and compassion. Today, I want to share with you 5 powerful truths about how to talk like a leader. Truths that come from embracing your story, owning your power, and speaking to lift others as you rise. Speak with authenticity. Your truth is your power. To speak with authenticity is to bring your whole self into every word you say. It's an invitation to the world to see the real you, not a polished version shaped by fear or expectation, but the raw, beautiful, imperfect soul that you are. Authenticity is not easy. It asks you to be brave enough to let go of perfection, of approval, and of the endless script that society writes for us. When you speak your truth, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of light in a world that often values silence over honesty. The power of authenticity lies not in how many words you speak, but in the weight those words carry because they come from a place of deep personal truth. It is the courage to say, "This is who I am," even if it feels like standing alone. Authentic speech is rooted in self-awareness. It requires you to look inward to understand your values, your beliefs, your fears, and your hopes. When you know yourself fully, your words cannot help but reflect that clarity. People sense when someone speaks from a place of true self versus when they are merely reciting what others expect to hear. The former moves hearts, the latter fades into noise. Your truth may not always be popular or easy to accept. It may challenge the status quo, disrupt old narratives, or confront uncomfortable realities. But that is exactly why it holds such transformative power. Speaking authentically shakes foundations and creates new spaces for dialogue and growth. It's an act of rebellion against conformity and a declaration of your unique voice. Every story you carry, every experience that has shaped you, adds depth and texture to your authenticity. When you share your story without shame or apology, your words become a tapestry of resilience and hope. People don't just listen, they connect, they relate, and they find courage to face their own truths. Speaking authentically also means embracing your vulnerabilities. It means acknowledging your doubts, your failures, and your scars without letting them define or diminish you. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is the birthplace of real strength. When you allow yourself to be seen in all your complexity, you invite others to do the same. Authenticity in speech requires practicing honesty with yourself first. It asks you to peel back the layers of fear, ego, and conditioning that might have silenced your voice. The journey to authenticity is a daily practice of self-reflection, self-acceptance, and unwavering commitment to your inner truth. Your words, when authentic, carry an energy that commands respect without demanding it. They draw people not because they are loud or forceful, but because they are genuine. Authentic leaders don't seek to manipulate or control. They seek to inspire and empower. Their words become a magnet that pulls people toward purpose and possibility. Sometimes, speaking authentically means saying difficult things, truths that might unsettle others or even yourself. But it also means doing so with grace and compassion, holding space for dialogue rather than judgment. Authenticity does not tear down. It builds bridges of understanding and empathy. Remember, your authentic voice is unique and irreplaceable. No one else can speak your truth as you can. This uniqueness is your gift to the world. When you embrace your voice fully, you contribute something that no one else can offer: your perspective, your wisdom, your soul. Authenticity also fosters trust. People are drawn to those who speak honestly because trust is born from transparency. When your words align with your actions, you create a foundation that others can rely on. This trust becomes the fertile ground where leadership grows and flourishes. Speaking with authenticity is an act of love, love for yourself and for those who hear you. It is a way of showing up fully, of honoring your own existence while affirming the humanity of others. When you speak with authenticity, your voice becomes a source of healing and hope. Your authentic voice is a call to courage for others to break free from their own silences. When you speak your truth, you become part of a collective movement toward honesty, integrity, and connection. This ripple effect can change communities, societies, and even generations. Ultimately, authenticity in speech is about living your truth out loud. It is about standing firm in who you are, even when the world tries to silence you. It is about knowing that your words matter because they come from the deepest parts of your being. Listen, deeply leadership is a two-way conversation. To lead is to listen. It may seem simple, but listening deeply is one of the most radical acts a leader can perform. In a world filled with noise and distraction, true listening is rare and precious. It requires presence, patience, and an open heart willing to receive without judgment. Listening deeply means more than just hearing words. It means paying attention to the emotions, the unsaid thoughts, and the energy behind what is spoken. It means reading between the lines and sensing the deeper needs and truths that might be hidden beneath the surface. This kind of listening creates connection on a level beyond conversation. When you listen deeply, you honor the person speaking. You tell them that their voice matters, that their experience is valid, and that they are seen. This validation is a powerful gift that builds trust and encourages openness. It transforms leadership from a position of power into a relationship of mutual respect. True listening also challenges your own assumptions and biases. It asks you to set aside your agenda, your desire to respond or fix, and simply be present. It is an act of humility acknowledging that you do not have all the answers and that every voice holds wisdom worth hearing. Listening deeply allows you to understand others fully, which is essential for effective leadership. It gives you insights that shape better decisions, foster collaboration, and create inclusive environments where everyone feels valued. Leaders who listen are leaders who empower. Sometimes, deep listening requires patience with silence. It means resisting the urge to fill every pause with your own voice. Silence allows thoughts to unfold and emotions to settle. It gives space for honesty and authenticity to emerge in the conversation. When you listen deeply, you also learn to listen to yourself. You tune into your own feelings and intuitions, discerning which voices inside are truthful and which are distractions. This self-listening enhances your clarity and confidence as a leader. Listening deeply is an act of love and respect. It creates a safe space for vulnerability and courage to flourish. People open up because they sense that their leader is genuinely interested, that they are not just being heard but understood. Leadership is not about talking louder, or more often it is about the quality of your presence in conversations. When you listen deeply, you become a channel for collective wisdom, bridging divides and inspiring unity. To listen deeply is to acknowledge that leadership is a shared journey. You are not the sole source of knowledge or direction. You are part of a community where everyone's voice contributes to the path forward. Listening deeply builds empathy, the ability to feel with others. Empathy is the heartbeat of compassionate leadership. It allows you to respond not just logically but with heart, addressing the needs of individuals and communities holistically. Deep listening helps you navigate conflict with grace. When people feel heard, tension softens and solutions become possible. Leaders who listen well can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Practice listening without interruption or judgment. Let people finish their thoughts and emotions. This simple act of respect can change the dynamics of any interaction and deepen your influence as a leader. Listening deeply is a skill to cultivate daily. It requires mindfulness, practice, and a commitment to presence. But as you develop this skill, you will find that your relationships and leadership become richer more impactful, and more fulfilling. Use clarity and simplicity. Power lies in precision. The greatest leaders are those whose messages cut through confusion and reach straight to the heart of the matter. Clarity and simplicity are not signs of weakness or oversimplification. They are marks of mastery. To speak like a leader is to say what matters in a way that everyone understands and remembers. When your message is clear, it eliminates doubt and builds confidence. People know what you stand for and what you expect. This certainty is empowering. It inspires action because people are not left guessing or second-guessing your intentions. Simplicity in speech is a gift to your listeners. It respects their time, their attention, and their ability to engage. Clear, simple language opens doors to understanding, collaboration, and trust. It breaks down barriers between people of different backgrounds and experiences. To communicate with clarity, first, be clear yourself. Take the time to refine your thoughts and distill your ideas. What is the core message? What is the single most important takeaway? When you know these, your words become focused and compelling. Avoid jargon and complicated language that alienates or confuses. Speak as if you are explaining your vision to a friend or a child. This does not mean dumbing down ideas. It means making them accessible. Simplicity is also about structure. Organize your message so it flows naturally and logically. Start with a strong foundation, build your points clearly, and finish with a call to action that is easy to follow. Clarity builds credibility. When people understand you, they are more likely to believe in you and follow you. Confusion breeds doubt and disengagement. A leader's clarity creates stability in uncertain times. The power of precise language lies in its ability to inspire. Words shape reality. When you choose your words carefully, you paint vivid pictures that ignite imagination and motivation. Your speech becomes a tool to shape futures. Being clear and simple does not mean being boring. Use metaphors, stories, and examples that bring your message to life. These elements make clarity memorable and impactful. When you communicate with clarity and simplicity, you invite participation. People feel included because they understand where they fit in the vision and how they can contribute. In moments of crisis or change, clarity becomes even more vital. It grounds people, offering direction and hope when confusion and fear threaten to overwhelm. Remember, your words are the seeds of change. Plant them with care, nurture them with clarity. Watch as they grow into actions, ideas, and movements that transform lives. Practice expressing your thoughts in ways that are both simple and profound. This balance is the hallmark of leadership that resonates deeply and lasts long. Embrace vulnerability. Courage is the heartbeat of leadership. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as weakness, but in truth, it is the greatest source of strength a leader can possess. To embrace vulnerability is to show up fully, without armor or pretense, and to say, "Here I am, imperfect, learning, and human." When you lead with vulnerability, you invite others to see the real you, not a flawless figure, but a person who has faced fear, pain, and uncertainty. This openness creates powerful connections because people relate to honesty and courage more than perfection. Vulnerability requires courage, the courage to be seen as you truly are, even if it means risking rejection or judgment. It means standing firm in your truth while acknowledging your doubts and struggles. This courage becomes the heartbeat of authentic leadership. It pulses with empathy, humility, and resilience. It shows that leadership is not about having all the answers, but about navigating the unknown with grace. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you dismantle walls that isolate you from others. You build bridges of trust and understanding. Your team or community feels safer, knowing their leader is human and fallible. Vulnerability is also an invitation to collaboration. It signals that you value others' input and recognize that collective strength is greater than individual power. This openness fosters creativity and innovation. Leaders who embrace vulnerability become role models for authenticity. They inspire others to bring their whole selves to the table, creating environments rich with honesty and respect. Showing vulnerability does not mean oversharing or losing boundaries. It means sharing enough to be real while maintaining the dignity and focus needed for leadership. When you lead with vulnerability, you also model resilience. You demonstrate that setbacks and failures are not endpoints, but steps on a journey of growth and learning. Vulnerability can transform fear into fuel. When you acknowledge your fears openly, they lose their power to control you. This transformation is a source of liberation and strength. Embracing vulnerability deepens your empathy. When you recognize your own wounds, you become more compassionate toward the wounds of others. This compassion is the foundation of servant leadership. In times of crisis, vulnerability shows your humanity and your commitment to truth. It encourages transparency and builds loyalty because people trust those who are honest. Vulnerability is a pathway to healing for yourself and those you lead. It creates space for conversations that matter, for forgiveness, and for moving forward together. Ultimately, vulnerability in leadership is about authenticity in action. It is a daily practice of courageously showing up, speaking out, and leading with heart. Inspire action through Hope Leaders Light. The way forward hope is a powerful force. It is the light that guides us through darkness, the spark that ignites change, and the energy that fuels perseverance. To talk like a leader is to weave hope into every word you say, to remind people that no matter the challenge, there is always a way forward. When you inspire hope, you offer more than empty promises, you offer belief and possibility. You paint a vision of a better future that invites participation and commitment. Hope is contagious, and a hopeful leader ignites that spirit in others. Hope does not deny reality or pain. It acknowledges difficulties while affirming that these can be overcome. It is grounded in resilience and faith, not wishful thinking. This kind of hope motivates action because it is rooted in truth. Leaders who inspire hope connect with the deepest desires of the human spirit, the longing for safety, purpose, and belonging. They speak to those needs with compassion and clarity. Hope creates momentum. When people believe change is possible, they move from despair to determination. They take risks, innovate, and push beyond limits. Your words can be a lifeline to those who feel lost or discouraged. By sharing stories of triumph, resilience, and progress, you remind people of their own strength and potential. Inspiring hope means showing people their role in the collective journey. It shifts focus from helplessness to empowerment. Everyone has a part to play in the story of change. Hope also nurtures patience. It helps people endure challenges with the understanding that growth and transformation take time. When you lead with hope, you model optimism that is realistic and courageous. You show that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities to learn and adapt. Hope fosters unity. It brings people together around a shared vision and common goals. It builds community through shared dreams and mutual support. To inspire hope, use language that uplifts and energizes. Speak of possibilities, progress, and new beginnings. Use metaphors and stories that resonate deeply and ignite imagination. Hope is an act of rebellion against despair and cynicism. It is a declaration that the future can be better because you and those you lead choose to make it so. Remember, hope is not just a feeling, it is a call to action. It asks people to step forward, to believe in their power, and to work together for change. When you talk like a leader, let hope be the melody that carries your message steady, uplifting, and unstoppable. In the journey of life, we often encounter shadows that seem impossible to overcome. The presence of darkness, especially in the form of narcissistic manipulation and pain, can shake the foundation of our spirit. Yet, within this struggle lies the undeniable power of transformation. The divine intervention that removes the demon spirit from a narcissist is not just about the external change, it is a profound reminder of the healing force that resides within each of us. When the darkness is lifted, a new light begins to emerge, a light that reveals truth, courage, and resilience. This is a sacred process, one that calls us to believe in the possibility of redemption and to hold space for healing, even when the path is difficult. It teaches us that no matter how deep the wounds inflicted by narcissism, the spirit that was designed to endure and rise above can do so with grace and strength. This transformation also reminds us of the importance of faith, not only faith in a higher power, but faith in ourselves. It is a call to embrace compassion without losing our boundaries, to forgive without forgetting, and to protect our peace while fostering growth. The removal of a demon spirit is symbolic of the battles we all face within and around us, and it shows us that liberation is possible. We learn that healing is not linear, and that courage often grows from the places where we feel most vulnerable. The power to change, to break free, and to rebuild lies not in others, but within our own hearts and minds. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to our strength and to the sacred light that no darkness can extinguish. In the end, this journey reveals a profound truth, that no spirit, no matter how clouded by pain or ego, is beyond the reach of divine love and transformation. And for those who have been hurt, it offers hope that they too can rise, heal, and reclaim their lives with renewed purpose and boundless grace.